Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Velpen Trucking and Disposal.
Clean up, everybody clean up. Nah. Listen, that may work with toddlers, but we're all adults here. And with all of us being busy adults with kids, work, commitments, and life in general, we like to delay the tasks we don't like to do. So here's where Velpen Trucking and Disposal comes in. Call them up today, order the roll-off container in the size you need, and just start chucking, baby. You'll have your fall cleanup done before it's fire-sitting and whiskey-sipping season. Also, Velpen offers residential trash pickup, commercial waste services, and demolition services. Give them a call today.
The Wondering Dutchmen Podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah, yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wandering Dutchman Podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Velpen Trucking and Disposal. Get a head start on your fall cleanup projects. Call them today, get the roll-off you need, and get rid of that shit. Just to all replace it, because that's what we do as humans. We just buy, and just stockpile. Just stockpile. Here we are. We hope you're having a great Friday. We're back at it. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's episode. Got into a little bit of everything. The mood is great. Morale is high. And we are locked in for another weekend.
Titty sweat is plentiful.
Dave, that was a tough spot, buddy.
Still there, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's fading a little bit. I mean, you did just towel off before we got on camera, but that's okay. That's okay. So we are here. Hopefully you guys are doing well. This episode will air end of August, I think it is. I think it's
right.
the end
One
of
of those
August.
days.
Which means it's probably Labor Day weekend coming up that Monday. So you got a nice 4-day weekend coming up. We hope you enjoy it. Be safe. Understand that Labor Day is not to be confused with, Memorial Day or Veterans Day. Like Labor Day really is an ode to the past of, laborers, union, that kind of stuff. Which, I guess that's one thing the union can say they brought us is Labor Day. Not trying to start a beef with the union folk, but I guess that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Were you guys ever in the union?
No. Nope.
No. me
Union
neither.
free is the way to be.
Well, hey, there's that whole
Proud
thing
to
about
be-
we're not going to get into it with the
Proud to be
unions.
a
We just
scab.
threw that out the window.
Proud to be a scab.
Well, anyways, we're not going to get on a tangent because I could go into it. I'm sure Brado right now almost fell off the elliptical because he was probably going to go into a historical analysis of unions in the beginning when there was like our kids would be in the coal mine shoveling out buckets of coal or
They fit in there better.
or they were making rugs and stuff, and we're past a lot
Now,
of that.
they do say a lot of those old-timers that were the early on union guys definitely paved the way for where salaries and wages are today. So I guess we do have to tip our caps to them.
Well, Jimmy Hoffa ruined it all. Do you guys think Jimmy Hoffa's still alive?
Not anymore, but I don't know if he died when they said he was murdered or disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You think they got him out?
Could have. He was working lots of deals with lots of folks.
That'd be interesting. Like, do you think, if you got a genie, if you went down there...
Said he died July 30th of 1982.
Who, Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah.
If you went down there and rubbed that Kirkland's vodka bottle and a genie came out, would finding out what happened to Jimmy Hoffa be one of your wishes?
No.
What would be your top 3? This is a great question, actually. What would be your top 3? We'll go around the table.
I would probably wish for an extremely high-paying job,
Okay.
and the ability to be successful in it,
Yeah.
so that I could get somewhere to have my money making money for generational wealth. I would wish for, I don't know, some modest amount, 30,000 acres out west somewhere. free and clear.
Yep.
And
A modest amount.
I mean,
30,000's nothing out there.
Yeah, yeah. And then lastly, probably wish. Can you wish for good fortune for your kids? That doesn't count. Is that like money? I don't think I necessarily want money, but like something just to give them.
Like like the sun would always shine. The sun would shine and the wind would be at the back of your children.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you're not allowed to wish for love,
Death.
immortality, or death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would probably be right.
I think so. Yeah, same thing. I would wish for. I would probably want like 100 acres here, with a big house for all of my children to have their own room and like a big common area for like Christmases and stuff through the future for everyone.
That's the high paying job for the get go to get all the
Yeah,
Right,
you got to pick the underlying base layer.
No, I don't want to work. Like I just want it all free and clear. Like it's just yours.
See, then it goes too fast.
What do you mean?
Like if you just got dumped on you, like here's $2 billion, you never have to work again at the age you're at now and with the kids' ages your kids are, and you just stopped working, you would spend. Just think how much money you'd spend not having to do anything except just trying to catch up for everything you thought you missed out on because you don't have to go to work.
Well, I know, but then you
It's like the lottery thing.
You go to the generational wealth thing. Like say you just hit like there was this big ass money tree. I would wish for a big ass money tree to grow in my yard and it would never quit producing. So that would be my first wish, which would allow me to buy that 100 acres, a nice place with, for generational, like we're going to Mama and Papa's and great grandma and grandpa's and stuff like that. I would wish, I don't want to be immortal, but I would wish to where I could be at least 110 years old with decent health, if that's a legal wish. And then the third one would be some real big badass boat. I don't know, man. That's so stupid. It's not stupid, but like it's tough to come up with, wishes that you don't want to sound like narcissistic or selfish about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buy my mama a car, spend the rest of the money on PCP.
But everybody listening to this now immediately jump to, man, I wonder what my 3 wishes would be. First wish would be I would love to invent or create something that would improve people's lives to the extent where it's like, oh, that's that Casey Lindemann guy. Like that's his
Like cure for cancer.
Yeah, like that would be.
Yeah,
that would be.
that would be it.
Well, I mean, some would say we have the cure already.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's just big pharma doesn't want it to happen because
You got
cancer treatment's like a $2 billion industry.
You got to get yourself to the head of something to where you can
Be able to do that.
Yeah.
I would say very generically, I would wish for good fortune for me and my family, extended family as well. So good fortune, whatever that may be. I would wish for good health to where when it's time for the good Lord to call me home, I am able to go to bed, kiss my beautiful bride on the cheek, good night, and then I just don't wake up. But it's a peaceful, like, where like when people go that way and are like, he lived a good life. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I would want. And then I think I would wish. Go ahead.
No, Dave was going to say something.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Don't your bowels empty when you're die in bed though? Like that'd be the only thing.
Not all the time.
I'd feel terrible if like
your
got to
wife
kiss my
slaps
wife
you.
goodnight.
Damn it, Dave! You shit the bed again.
He's dead. You know what I mean? Like the last thought of me was, like she was cussing at me because I shit all over her.
Yeah, but nobody talks about that, and Jenna would have to live with that guilt for the rest of her life. And then I think the last one would be to have the ability to just do fun hood rat shit with my hood rat friends that like money wasn't a question, but it could be anything.
That's where I was going, like fishing, deer hunting.
Like you got
go
the,
play golf. Like,
yeah,
go
like
to
you,
your kid shit. Like,
yeah, but that's why the specificity kills you on those, because then it's like, to Dave's point, like, well, wouldn't you want the money to do this?
Well, you
Like,
already shot your wad on that other wish. You can't have them all. You know?
Yeah. But I would just want to be able to be like, look at Janelle and be like, hey, let's go
Costa Rica for a month.
Yeah. I mean, that's not quite hood rat, but
I mean, if you got that kind of money, you could take the whole hood with you.
Yeah.
That's
would.
the kind of money you want. Isn't
yeah.
it?
Hey, guys, look. Go down to Louisville. Be there. Be at the airport.
Whoa. If we got the cash for it, we're flying out of Huntingburg International.
All right, well,
we ain't got to go to Louisville.
Huntingburg International. Hey, meet me out there at Huntingburg at 10:30 a.m. On Monday, May 4th.
Pack enough clothes for a month.
Well,
and we're going to a tropical climate.
Pack enough clothes for 2 or 3 weeks, and we got laundry equipment. And then, just tell everybody you'll be back in a month.
Yeah, I think it would be.
We'll just see where
That'd be
the
awesome.
pilot takes us.
By the way,
to one of our other many houses that we own.
I got a complaint. It's twice now that this has happened. And I don't know if it's I'm getting closer to the white New Balances, crew white socks, and jean shorts. But it happened at Academy a few weeks ago. And it happened at CVS today. When you go into these stores, so in the instance that it was Academy, back in their seasonal shit, they were already rolling out winter jackets. And this was, Janelle and I were down for the newest editions, maybe checkup of one or another. We were down there for that. She was like, hey, let's go to, we had to get soccer cleats and some shin guards for our soccer players. And we go down, and because we're going to that dump, terrible place to go, don't go, in October, we had, the house we stayed at last year had this really nice sand beach rug. And Janelle like, this is perfect. And I was like, well, let's look for one. You know, not that that's necessarily something you would commonly find, but maybe Academy might have something. They had winter jackets out already, and it was 105 degrees. And I was like, this, and I looked at Janelle, I go, this just pisses me off. Because we bought soccer cleats, and you know what else we bought? Them little cool towels that you can put in the cooler for the kids. I didn't need a winter parka. It's 105 degrees outside. So then today, this is in real time. Today it is August 13th. I go to CVS.
Halloween candy.
Yes. We are in August. Halloween
is in October.
End of October. Like
That's
November.
it.
Like we damn near have 2.5+ months to get to Halloween.
That's
now,
a quarter of a year.
If you are that type A person that has already done your Christmas shopping last year at the end to catch the deals and do all that other shit, fantastic for you. But we're not all on that same wavelength.
Yeah.
We got 4 kids. We got soccer. We got jobs. We got other shit to do. We don't have everything planned out to a T to know that we've already got Halloween candy and it's 105 degrees outside. Or we need a winter parka right now because it's 105 degrees. So for some of you businesses, those bigger box stores, I'm not talking about our small businesses. We're a small business. I love our small businesses. But you know what, Academy? Ain't going to buy shit because I can go on to Amazon and get what I need. Don't need a parka right now. I needed a beach rug. I needed a sweat towel. Not a North Face, so Zoe doesn't get cold walking out of the truck to the gym in January. Halloween candy. Don't need it right now. I don't need Christmas candy here in a month. That's what's going to be next. You're not even going to have Halloween. You're going to have Christmas candy out there. And it just drives me nuts because as much as I have that type A personality about some things, when it comes to planning that stuff, no chance. You know how it's going to work out? Our shopping trips will work out where it's middle October. And Janelle's like, we don't have any candy for the house. Well, we don't get trick-or-treaters anyways. But because we do the community thing and we go through Holland, and that was a lot of fun, which that did remind me of that. So that didn't leave me with a complete sour taste because what we did last year was a blast.
Yeah,
I hope we do it again.
We will.
We'll go down, Sam's Club. They'll have Child's Play. We'll buy a bag of it just to set it out on the, get festive about it. And that's it. But that's in October. And I get people will say, well, you got the logistics of it and they got to order this stuff and they don't want to have to inventory it and store it and do all this other stuff. Well, there's a lot of places that do this thing called just-in-time manufacturing where they're producing large, major purchases like vehicles. And they're able to produce them in a manner to where you could order one today and have it within a month or have it in a couple weeks. You go pick it up off the line. You could go down to Bowling Green, pick you out a new Corvette. You could order it right there, and within a week, you're going to be able to drive it off the finish line. Why do we have to have Reese's-shaped pumpkins in August? I don't like it.
Government control. They're trying to keep everybody fat and diabetic.
Amen to that, Brother Dave. I'm sorry. I went off. It chaps my ass. Because the Christmas, and I have, because of the children, we don't put up Christmas decorations until the Friday after Thanksgiving. Because we all know I'm a big Thanksgiving guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that week of Thanksgiving, Wednesday's turkey trot. We're going to have a hell of a party out here on Smoker's Lounge. We're going to bring
we leave 2 days after that.
Loose change out. Where you got? Oh, you're going
Colorado.
I didn't get that invite. I'm not there yet.
I thought you did.
No. Thanks for bringing it up, buddy. Definitely did not get it.
Go?
You got to put your time in.
I know. I haven't put my time in. I mean, if the invite came, I would love to go big cat hunting. But, I haven't put my time in.
I ain't hunting shit.
I know you're not, but I would if I'm going to go out there for the experience.
Can't bitch.
Now, I would piss on my leg if I had the chance to get one of them big cats, but yeah. And it's okay. You guys go, have fun, come back alive so the show can continue. We'll have to record, Wednesday night or something, and, we'll have to figure out some
We will
editing.
record Wednesday night because...
That's a great
We'll figure
Thanksgiving
it out.
tradition.
Because that's
Figure
what
it
we're
out.
going to do for our...
We're going to have the party and loose change out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a stupid rant, and people are going to say, get off your lawn, Pat Paul, this is the way the world works today. But I don't
Everybody
like it.
rushes to the next thing, man. I'm a firm believer of it too. I think everybody just needs to slow the hell down.
Well,
Enjoy take your time.
there's an old saying about when there's no, what is it? I heard it today a lot. Like when men have no order, they do what they think is best for them. Like if they don't have God in their life, it's a biblical thing. It comes from the Bible. That's what the biblical part is. But if you have no God, then men do what they think is right, which means you have a lot of different opinions of what's right. And I think that's
Halloween, Christmas, and August.
Yeah. And I hate it.
Then candy shows up early.
Right now, if you needed to go, let's say one of the twins or your youngest has a pool party coming up, a back-to-school pool party, but no bathing suit. I bet you could not buy one in any local store right now.
It'd probably be pretty tough.
You don't think Walmart have one?
I'd be really surprised because I bet Walmart has their entire fall line out right now.
Sounds a bit...
They got camo out right now. They probably got, we're not even we're squirrel season.
Yeah.
But, we're not chasing whitetails for a while yet.
Youth archery will be... No, that's October, not September.
Right?
Yeah.
You got fall turkey season is before deer, right?
He runs congruent.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm. November-ish.
I'm really looking forward to this year's hunting season. A lot of good naps coming forward.
Youth deer season is the weekend before opening day of bow season.
Because opening day of bow season will probably be what, October?
October 1.
So, yeah, youth is
September some.
Yeah, so...
I think your best... The only reason why I'm thinking about archery this season is because it always seems like that last week before gun season open up is... Rut this year seemed to be a little bit later this year, I think. But it always seems like it hits just perfect that week before deer season.
November 7th.
Because you see some guys get some monsters with bows right before
November 7th.
opening day. You agree or disagree?
Agree.
Like, I'm not the hunting expert at the table.
No, November 7th is the magic day. November 7th to Veterans Day is usually the sweet spot.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just bothering me.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a wild thing, man. Everybody's always in a big ass hurry.
You just got to slow down and enjoy life.
Amen.
You know what? You know who doesn't put out stuff they shouldn't?
Celebration Ice.
Celebration Ice. Because ice is always in season.
That's right.
There we go.
Back in 1990, Old Vanilla Ice released the heater known as Ice Ice Baby. Some of you too young to even know, and others just sang the lyrics in their head. We like to think that Old Vanilla Ice was singing the song about our favorite ice company, Celebration Ice. That's right. We're in the dog days of summer, and the boys over at the plant are continuing to churn out that high-quality ice we've all come to love. If that bag doesn't have Celebration Ice on it, just know you bought an inferior product. Word to your mother. Ice Ice, baby.
All right. Big Mace. What you got?
Well, I'm not one to toot my own horn.
But I feel like you're going to anyway.
That's a lie.
But
Bless your heart.
I have became
Became or become?
become. I have become confident in a new skill that I believe could potentially become lucrative at a small scale, because I don't want it to become any more than a small scale lucrative side hustle.
Are we going to get involved in it? Or
You can,
Okay.
if you want.
Okay. I mean, we run this business so well.
But Big Z's stick services.
I don't want anything to do with that. Turning tricks.
Stick services.
Yeah. The old flush stick.
No,
Okay.
golf clubs.
Oh. You getting ready?
Wyatt broke another god dang driver last night.
That Kirkland one? He's
How'd he
swinging
do?
too hard.
How do you do it?
He's just swinging too hard and the heads pop off.
Well, that's because it's not as quality driver as what he should. Because the PGA guys ain't busting heads off of drivers, and they swing a hell of a lot faster than what White's swinging. Maybe not a hell of a lot, but
I don't know what his deal is.
you know, PGA club head speed's probably 115-ish on average.
That kid can swing a club, man. I'm not saying that he's swinging one. I'm not saying his club head speed is over that, but my God, he can crush the ball. Anyway, so I've become.
Become.
God dang it! I'm putting grips on golf clubs.
Grip my clubs.
Average is 115. Bryson DeChambeau has recorded speeds exceeding 138 miles an hour.
Right. I've become pretty good at putting golf grips on golf clubs, like re-gripping clubs, putting extensions in drivers and irons, just light golf club building things. But I want to potentially get into maybe reshafting irons, like swapping out, like if you don't like your like the weight of your shaft or the length of your shaft or the flex of all that stuff, like
Boner pills.
I'm really honestly looking into, like, I got some tools queued up in a couple of different like club building websites and stuff like that. Been looking into. I got a very, very, very raw and basic setup now, and I've done 1, 2, 3. I've done about 4 complete sets of irons. Re-gripping and, and stuff like that, a couple putters and shit like that. But I enjoy it. I think it's neat. I like the idea of doing it, and I think there's enough, local golfers around here that I might be able to make a little bit of beer money on the side if I wanted to. But I actually did a set today for a friend of mine. They were a really nice set of Titleist T200 irons.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into this particular grip was a Golf Pride MCC4 in a mid-sized girth on the grip, and I ended up buying a bulk roll of grip tape. I got my solvents, I got my knives, I got everything that I need to do it, and I literally did a full set in like 35 minutes. I'm getting pretty efficient at it, pretty good at it, and I just wanted to, extend that out there and let anybody know that if they wanted to hit me up, I'm ready.
So you're using our podcast to launch your side hustle.
Yeah, Big Z's Stick Services.
Now, I don't know if the mathematics or the science that goes into this part, but if you could figure out how to size a person for clubs or size clubs for people, however that's what it is. If you could figure out how to do that, because I'm sure there's just measurements for that, there you might be able to get you some folks.
Now, is that more of a mathematical thing or is that more of a feel thing? It's totally
No,
a feel
the
thing,
guys.
right?
So I've not been fitted for irons, but I've been fit for my driver, and basically how the process works and worked there was, first off, you figure out what kind of shaft stiffness you need, whether it's a stiff.
Is that off club speed?
Yeah, and there's also,
Range of
if you look
motion.
at some of these launch monitors, so the old driver I had before I got my Titleist driver, like it had like a double. It's kind of, you would love it because it's a kind of a process in the swing where your club is only supposed to have like one peak. And so with my driver, I would have two because of the flex of the shaft. It was a regular flex shaft, and so when you swing, and especially like on the backswing, you would see like a double. I don't know what you would call that,
Loop-de-loop.
double crescendo, and that shows that your stiffness of your
Are we singing now?
stick was not enough. So like that's why like my drivers and now these irons that I have now are stiff, because being a bigger, like I can swing it pretty well, like club head speed. So
So when I got these new irons, and we all went through the whole process of getting my shafts extended and doing all that I actually had him reshafted into a stiff flex, which I think was a major mistake because of my range of motion
and your club head speed
and my club head.
your best. And I don't want you to take this.
No,
the
I
wrong
need
way.
to go get me some Cobras, some like old man senior flex.
That's what I was getting ready
Yeah.
to tell you.
No,
you
for
need, and they don't call them. I forget what they call those, but yeah, because with when you get older, and a lot of it is your range of motion on your turn,
100%.
and you don't turn because
No.
of your size,
Yep.
and the stiffness that you have in your
Yeah.
hips and all that other stuff.
Yep.
So that's where that stiffness of the club. But like those guys that do it up at the resort, they'll have they'll get it, they'll figure out the shaft stiffness, and then you start looking at, like, let's say we're doing irons, they'll find like maybe 3 options for you, which all they have up there, they'll have just the sticks, and then they'll grab the one of the iron heads that you may need to try, turn it in there, and then take swings at it and see how it works. So when I got fit for my driver, there was 3 options we tried. One of them was the new TaylorMade Stealth. The other one was like kind of an older, not older, but like a clunkier single piece, and I forget, I think it was a Callaway. And then tried the Titleist. And so basically what we did was, all right, go swing the Stealth. Like, oh shit, great club head speed. You hitting the ball well, but you can't control it. So then it kind of comes down to that. So then when we tried the other one, it didn't have the distance, but I had a smaller spray chart to where, like, it's a great fairway finder, but you're not, like, you no distance. But then this Titleist was the happy medium of the distance and the spray, the accuracy part. So it's kind of it's not an exact science, but it's a process of elimination. So you'd have to put you in a nice swing bay. But a lot of these
Got a
guys,
good shop for that.
a lot of these
I do,
guys,
yeah.
how they do it though, you got to have those options available for, all right, let's try you in this regular flex, or let's try you in the stiff, or let's try you in the, and
Now,
that's where it gets tricky.
Do you think a guy that is like a 20-plus handicap that's a shitty golfer that would maybe really nerd out on all this science and really become knowledgeable on like the I guess you would say like the art of club building and everything like that? Do you think so? Like, let's just say you as what are you, like a 16?
Oh no, my official handicap, I'm a 20, 21.
Okay, so
Because I have blow up holes. Like I've not.
Right. So let's just say like a scratch guy.
No, he's not going to come to you.
Right.
Teddy Hoops is not going to come to you for a club fitting.
Right.
But it depends on the market you're looking at. Like if you're looking at, Dave, don't take this the wrong way, but you're the leisure golfer that plays in scrambles and you'll go play certain events. You're not necessarily playing in money games or, a lot. That's your customer base. But because of the popularity of golf, the guys that are the Teddy Hoops of the world, our buddy Derek Bowling, fan of the show, like those guys are a smaller number than what would be, your golfers like Dave. Like, so, I think there's a market for it.
And me.
Yeah, and you. But I think I've always lived by this expression too. Those that can't do teach. And so you're not
That's what
necessarily
I'm saying.
teaching,
That's what I'm saying though. Like if a guy like me would become versed enough to build a quality club, and you get all the science and you get the TrackMan and the whatever you need to do all
which
this
a good one's going to run you anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000.
Right. So you get all that stuff. Not being a good golfer
is not going to hurt you as long as your book a bit. Like, let's say Teddy comes to you and says, hey, I'm willing to help you if you do it for free, for instance. And then, because Teddy knows a lot of people in the golfing world.
Right.
To where, like, hey, got a guy, he does a great job. He's just getting started out in it. Like that, it's just like any business you start. It's just like when we started this show. We did a freaking episode and we were like, nobody's going to watch this. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, people are. Now, if they still are, great. But, like, you build it from word of mouth, but you're not going to quit the street department today to start Big Z stick services tomorrow.
Catchy.
Can't wait to see it on a T-shirt.
Yeah, no, I just...
But I really,
yeah.
if you have, like, a spare 30 minutes to do clubs, I've got some postings and some other stuff you could take over from the podcast if you want,
It's fine
if you
with
got
me.
time. But I think you would do great at it, and I think there would be a market for it. I think you would have to be able to prove your knowledge and ability. But, like, if you were going to start just, like, doing grips, like, the biggest thing about grips is making sure it's on square.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing with grips. But the thing with, like, building clubs out, you're going to have a connection to, like, golf suppliers to have that readily available to do.
Yeah.
Unless you develop a relationship.
There's tons of those on the old.
Well, and you can, but that's the thing. You're going to have a little bit of a bay if people are going to size clubs and do that stuff with you to where, because you got to make an instant. You can't wait 3 weeks to bring in these 2 weeks.
Maybe I'll just stick to doing grips.
No, I want you to grow it as much as you want to, but I'm just saying that there's. Like, that's why the club fitting situation, like, they do it at the resort. They do a wonderful job. And I tell anybody, like, if you're serious about golf and you're going to spend the $1,000+ to buy a new set of irons, go see the guys that know how to do it. But if you got somebody that's coming in, like, let's say those irons I gave Dave, and it depends what kind of irons they are, because some of those you can't detach them. They're one piece. But Dave says, hey, I went and did some lessons, and he said I should get these reshafted. Like, that's your ideal situation, because then Dave comes to you and says, yeah, my swing guy said I need, stiff shafts. Then you go order stiff shafts because there's a universal length to them.
Right.
Unless somebody's overly tall or short, you don't have a ton of effect on it.
Right. I don't know.
I like it. You got to
Short-
have you need to have a hobby.
Short topic. I mean, I've got tons of them.
Yeah, but
Tons
I mean,
of hobbies.
it's
But
perfect for you in the winter months.
yeah, just
Because when guys aren't playing and they need new grips, then that's what they would come do.
And then you can just get the rest of the simulator with your TrackMan, and we can just come golf in the shop when you're not.
Instead of the winter BB gun league that we didn't do.
that never did it.
Dang it.
Yeah, that was a
Never
golden
such a good
opportunity.
It would have been really fun.
But I think
I got to call Velpen Disposal and really do some purging if we're going to do any kind of TrackMan or BB gun league. That's
yeah,
for sure.
you're gonna have to get rid of some of that stuff in the far bay over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like there was a company in Jasper that they did this stuff for a long time. Nick Sticks.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're around anymore,
Not sure.
but they did that stuff. And the thing of it is you could find the right price point and the right golfer to where you could do it with no problem. And then those guys
Like per the internet, like I Googled it today, and like per the internet to like just strictly to regrip a complete set of golf clubs is anywhere from $100 to $150.
now, does that include buying the grips?
No, that's just the labor of doing it. And I thought, my God, that's pretty quick turnaround. You know what I mean?
Well, and the big thing, what you do is you start spreading the awareness that you're not changing out your grips enough, because a lot of people probably don't. Like mine are getting close, but a guy like Teddy Hoops, he may regrip his yearly. There's some guys that play a lot of golf. They buy new wedges every year because the face gets, I don't know what the lines, the grooves. That's what I was looking for. Get worn down to the point where they can't spin it or have that feel.
No spin on the ball anymore.
I think it's a great idea.
I don't know. I've done, like I said, I've done like 4 complete sets, 2 putters.
Are you happy with yours, Dave? Go ahead and give a testimonial here.
Yeah.
You could.
Great job on my irons that you gave me.
Yeah, I regripped those. I regripped.
They needed a regrip.
I regripped, like I said, the set that I did for the Warden. I got hers all regripped, and she really enjoys those.
What kind of grip girth did you put on there? You didn't want her getting any ideas, right?
No, it was just standard. And then the ones I did today were those TC4s that's a mid-size grip, so it was just a single layer tape. And that's another thing too. A lot of in the famous words of Mr. John Daly, he says, you can spend millions of dollars on your golf clubs, but if you don't have the right grips, that's going to completely affect your game. And it's true, because I regripped my driver to that Jumbo Max, the Zen, and that thing is like a tennis racket, and it's completely taken my hands out of it. And I mean, with some swing coaching by Teddy Hoops and Mr. Nathan Pinkstaff, I've gotten to the point now where I really don't hit that like boomerang slice anymore. Slow my swing down, get my hips through, get my grip corrected, and I can actually keep the ball in play majority of the time. So I mean, it's just small little things like that people kind of take for granted. If you want to play golf, a lot, you know what I mean, don't listen to me. I'm just here to put grips on. So give me a call.
Well,
hit me up on my DMs.
Hey, you know what would be
Facebook
good?
and Instagram.
The youth golf game world is growing big.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they buy these sets right off the...
Yeah. If you buy a set of clubs and you get measured and figure out what you need, I can cut them down, regrip them, and have them ready to go.
This segment brought to you by Big Z Stick Services.
Amen.
There we go.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I was really thinking about like what other side hustles. Like I am infatuated with the idea of roasting coffee beans.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Like it's dumb. I don't know why, but I love the smell of coffee. I've almost, how many books I've got in the old Amazon cart that I've just not pulled the trigger on? Because I went through this phase with brewing beer. There was a hot moment where like I wanted a brew pub type place where I made my own beer and did all that stuff. Very time, labor, money intensive, and but I was just thinking that a piggyback off that question would like what would be a side hustle, because like it would. I've even got a name picked out for my coffee company. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
beard and flannel coffee. And the bags that they would come in would be like a classic red plaid flannel or like a classic flannel color, but it just would be not the fancy stuff. And that may be our
Old.
tagline. Yeah. I mean, there'd be some varieties. We'd have 5 or 6 varieties. Maybe do a seasonal every once in a while. But, like, it would be
Pumpkin spice.
for people that just want to drink coffee. God, it's another tagline. I'm going to buy a coffee roaster. Just hide it. Can I hide the coffee roaster in the lounge so Janelle doesn't find out?
Are they expensive?
Nah. So there's some that you can do some entry-level things. But I've always been a firm believer in going big and doing it. But
I
you
would
could
go to Vivor and see what they have.
Who?
Vivor.
What's Vivor?
Oh, boy.
That's where I go for my butchering stuff. The big ass ice maker in the garage.
VEVOR?
They sell everything.
Yeah, because these businesses fail. Like, that's why you can get, like, brewing stuff. Because I always, like, looked at these fancy, like, brewing operations. And then I had gotten onto some of the, like, threads and Reddits of the world. And they're like, don't go buy new equipment because there was a brew pub that you're exactly thinking about doing that just went bankrupt last week, and their stuff is for sale. But no, I've always thought like it would be fun, and it's good market. Like there's a marketing back part to it. Coffee is obviously a tough market to break into, but
We'll just sell it through the Dutchman thing.
yeah.
That'd be great.
That one guy, the homesteader on TikTok, he started out selling coffee beans and beard oil. Narrowway Homestead or something like that.
Huh.
He's got a little dog named Minion.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, he does coffee and beard oil.
Narrowway
I think it's Narrowway. Yeah.
homesteader that does coffee. Because that's the biggest thing about the bean, because the roasting process is almost all the same. You want a lighter brew, you don't roast them as long. You want a medium brew, you like darker brew, because the flavoring of that stuff is sprayed onto the beans while it's roasting or prior to roast to get that pumpkin spice latte flavor. So it's almost like when you look at the beer brewing process, they all, like, there's a very similar grain bill, not the same grain bill, but there's the same basics that go into the grain bill. It's like bourbon. Bourbon is corn, water, sugar. And they, it's got to be 51% corn to be bourbon, but like the fundamentals are the same. It's just the flavorings that people put on them pre-roast or post-roast that they do that get you the coffee flavor that you're looking for.
I mean, damn.
Might as well do soap while we're at it.
With lard.
Yeah, like just
Well, when we start the cattle ranch.
fat guy soap, you know what I mean?
That's tallow. Lard is from pigs.
My apologies.
Yeah. Tallow is from beef.
Janelle,
But you can still do that. You can still make
Janelle's
soap.
out on hogs. She's not a big fan of hogs.
Oh, they stink, and they tear the out of everything.
That's why they live on concrete and sheds
Yes.
for most people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like the topic. So here's what I was thinking about. So Barstool Sports just launched a new, like, they call it the Barstool Beach House.
Reality TV show.
Yeah, where they've, all online, of course, where they've taken these Barstool personalities, put them in the beach house, let them live and fight and drama and all
Nick
that
Uncle
stuff.
Todd? No, that wasn't Barstool. Sorry.
Well, he was part of Barstool for a little bit. Barstool, was it Midwest? Barstool Midwest, Barstool Indy, when Pat started, was part of that early. Yeah, he was. So that kind of got me started thinking about like that kind of reality television where you're in a house with either people you know or a stranger. And then I started thinking about, not a huge reality TV guy. We all know my love for The Amazing Race. Would be on it in a heartbeat. But then it got me thinking about Big Brother, but it has kind of a game aspect behind it. Jersey Shore, which they're still making new Jersey Shores, which is unreal. These guys have made a living not being anything other than what they are.
Guidos.
And then like the original OG of being set in a house with 7 strangers was MTV Real World back in the day, which is on Paramount Plus, and you can go watch all the episodes, which is a cool trip down memory lane. But it got me wondering, like, could you ever do, well, first off, would you do reality TV or a reality show?
Only one.
Second thing of it is, like, if you did do like a reality show, could you do one of those where you're forced to live with other people? And then a third, how cool would it be to have like a reality show where it's just like guys like us? Like if you took us three, Brother Love, Brother Windholt, Neighbor Doug, you know, bring in Ritter, you know, like the neighborhood guys, and we were locked in Smoker's Lounge to live, but we could go out to the Holland Legion and tie one off and do that stuff. Like, it sounds like it would be boring, but I think the content would be great.
I think it would be divorced.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I would only be on one reality show.
What's that?
Naked and Afraid.
Would you be self-conscious about that?
No. It's blurred.
Yeah, but not to the smoke show that they pair
Think
you
they're
with.
really naked on there, though?
Yeah.
They probably got on just skin toned.
Nude.
No, I think
Riches.
they're really naked.
Probably not.
Huh?
It's all a farce.
You think?
I mean, reality TV is not real. We know that. But
No, I don't know that I do one of those reality shows just because I'm not a people person. But like,
Which
that's
would
what-
make it
that-
even better.
now the kids though, who's that fella?
Mr. Beast?
That's it. I was thinking Mr. Big, but that's a band from the '80s. Like he'll do all these things where, hey, you got to stay in this house for
Yeah.
90 days by yourself, and if you do it, I'll give you $1 million. Hell yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yep. What are you gonna do? I don't know.
Figure it out. I don't know. I just got me thinking about it because some of the there's been some drama out of the Barstool Beach House, which, I mean, as fellow podcasters in the world, like, we don't get into that drama world of it. But, like, some of it made me think about how many people's lives have been ruined by the edit or the things that happen on, like, these types of shows. You know what I mean? Like, they become synonymous with this or that. And it's...
That'd probably be the
Well-
thing. I feel like Work Dave and Not Work Dave are two different guys.
Yeah.
Turn it on pretty well and off pretty well. But you put 24-hour surveillance on me, and I don't know.
What would the reality TV look like in your house? Let's say you did it in a crew shows up from Paramount Plus, which would
I'd
keep...
say CPS would be at my house within the hour.
No.
I don't know. I think I got a pretty dull. Like, they wouldn't want to be in my house. Like, we're so damn busy with kids all the time. Like, it's just running back and forth. And Jenna's work schedule, it's when the things time out to where there's
Downtime.
time for recreation and hood rat shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like if there was a reality TV show, it'd just be all hood rat shit. Like,
That's what
Like
they want.
Lizard Lick Ranch. Or Lizard Lick Towing. Or what. But some real white trashy ass show.
Think
it's
about-
all in a trailer park.
I think it's amazing.
MTV Real World was just one big shag fest. Like they were just, you know, who's going to bang who the next day.
Yeah, I mean, locked in a house. For,
Surrounded by randoms. What about Survivor?
fan of the show. So this is nerdy, but I am in a Survivor league, like a Survivor the television show league, where we
Fantasy?
yeah, to an extent, where we draft. Yep.
Nerd alert.
Well, Phil Colley's going to love this because he's part of it too, where we actually draft people that are going to be on Survivor. And Phil and his lovely bride have created a point, like if you win an immunity challenge, like if there's a blurred like nip slip, like you get points for these things. And there's a whole group thread.
Survivor has nip slips?
Sometimes when they're out there, like if they're doing a challenge or something's going on and they're wearing like a sports bra and it,
Yeah.
like some of that stuff happens. So
You ever see those TikToks of like big old sweat heifers fighting? And they're announcing them and they're like, I knew it, her titty is out.
Oh yeah.
I get a big kick out of that.
but
Sweat
so we do the Survivor pool fantasy world, and it's a blast. Like, and my drafting strategy is I usually look up the photos. And this last year, my draft strategy was to draft the best looking ladies that I could. And I had a pretty good deep run for the most part. But it's just a different strategies for each one. But I think, like, I don't know, I'd have a hard time, like the MTV Real World model where you locked me in a house with 7 strangers. Because part of the biggest thing is, as sociable as I am, I also step back and observe a lot. Like, not like a creeper, like looking around the corner, observe a lot. But you just kind of stay back to where you see, like, where your place is. But, you know, just kind of like Brother Dave, you get a few beverages in you, you know, you loosen up, and that's how all that stuff works. But the ultimate reality show is The Amazing Race. And I tell you what, I could, outside of, like, children and doing all that stuff, if I could run The Amazing Race, the good Lord could call me home, like, a week after the finale aired. It just, I've watched it. I've, like, just, because it's on Paramount Plus. And so at work, that's my background. And so, like, I've gotten to, I'm in a bad spot with it. I really am. But what do you think about reality shows like Duck Dynasty?
I watched.
Or Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Oh, no. I watched Duck Dynasty a lot. I did.
What was your impression of it?
If it's only half as real, they're probably pretty cool.
I would say so. I think we need to talk to our buddy Curtis Crow. And we need to do a Saturday 24-hour lock-in Smoker's Lounge.
A lot of editing.
Well, we'll hire that out. But we will just be locked in here.
No way.
With who would we put in the Smoker's Lounge beach house?
If we were going to do that, I think we'd be better off to try to cram our 3 fat asses in the love shack down there and then just run around the woods and make Casey's dreams come true with some sort of generic ass fat guy amazing.
Oh my God. Beer Olympics type shit.
I don't know. I'm not a big reality TV guy. Like, I don't watch Big Brother and some of that other stuff. But I have a real curiosity about some of them. And, like, I would, and to the producers of The Amazing Race that are probably listening to this episode.
More than likely.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it to, like, gain a bunch of fame. Like, there's some people that go on it to, like, build, like, a career. I just want to run the race. I don't care. I'll come back to Holland, Indiana and continue to do what I'm doing. But, you know, not looking to be famous from it.
You're already famous from this.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Let's take a break.
We will. And we're back. Good quick pause for the cause there. Brother Dave, what's on your mind?
So, a few weeks ago now, the fam and I, we all went down to Evansville and ended up at the Costco.
To get vodka.
But I was walking around the TV section a little bit. The TV in my bedroom is a TV I bought right out of college back in 2007. You know, and it's the old Vizio still working good, but you know, you get old, your eyes aren't what they were. It weighs 120 pounds. The speakers don't work so well. So I was thinking, I told the bride, I was like, tell you the truth, that 50-inch in the shop would be perfect in here, and then I could put a 70-inch out there because now we're sitting long ways of the shop for the TV, and I just feel like it's too small for the.
I would agree. Concur.
For the area. So I was poking around there just seeing what things were out there these days. But as I was walking around an end cap with the boys, I saw a dadgum Polaroid camera. No screen on it. Now it's just like $100 for the camera and daggone 15, you know, films that come out of there or whatever you want to call it. But I just thought that was cool as hell to see a Polaroid coming back.
We have 3 of them.
Really?
Yep.
Dang.
Like real ones. Well,
Like the black old school ones?
no. One of them is pink. One of them is black. And then actually the third one belongs to Aunt Grace, and it's actually white, and it's actually a Polaroid brand.
These are Polaroid brand.
Right. So the Polaroid camera game in the Mosner household is strong because I think Aunt Grace got one for Christmas, or somehow she got one there a few years ago, and the kids absolutely fell in love with them because it's instant reward. Well,
But it's also way better than just your phone picture. I
Yeah.
mean, you can tack it up on a wall.
right. So Evelyn got one first, and then Eleanor got one shortly thereafter. But we actually have taken them everywhere. And for my sister-in-law's wedding, my sister-in-law Grace, her wedding in Arizona, it was actually a huge proponent of the wedding.
Nice.
Because like they were out for anybody to use.
Yeah, remember when everybody had the disposable cameras? You put them out at weddings.
So we did that, and we never got them developed.
Do you still have them?
Yeah, but they're like, I don't even know if we still have them. I think my mother-in-law and father-in-law have them or had them, and they were in a big bag. And
I bet there's at least 3 pecker shots on there.
oh, 100%. I know there is for sure. But
I
I
was
just
at your wedding, and I just had, here, take pictures. I would definitely take a picture of my unimpressive flaccid pecker.
I wonder though, like how long they're good for.
I think you'd be surprised they've been in a bag, and I think CVS will still.
I was gonna say,
So I
can you
think
remember? Can you remember like your parents taking that roll of Kodak into like
Yeah.
CVS?
millimeter,
Well, shit, yeah, dropping them off at Walmart or whoever had the
photography class in 9th grade.
oh boy, whoever had the good God, the plot thickens. Whoever had the yeah the photo, whoever had the photo center.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just say I got 150% remember like the little black film, and you know why? Because my mom, we had a couple really nice Fuji cameras through the years that I could remember. And Mom would have the film, and like she'd, okay, if you want to swap the roll, go ahead. But don't let the light, you got to get them cranked up and get them right back in that tube and get that gray cap on as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so, we get that, and then you go get your film developed. And then you'd get that film, the negatives and all that stuff back. It would be in that tube, and then me and Dad would use those film cap canisters for dough piss.
Yeah.
You'd put a tampon in there with some dough piss with a big, like a 10-foot string, and then you'd use that for your drag rag on your way into your tree stand. So, like, we have all kinds of little film. I had one, my dad had one, my brother had one in our hunting packs that was full of dough piss and a tampon. So we would repurpose those film canisters. But anyway, the Polaroid deal is pretty remarkable because, like you said, they're expensive, and to buy the film, their cartridges and the refills are pretty expensive too. But also, the disposable camera game. Had we had those developed immediately when we got married, it probably would have been astronomically cheaper than what it would cost to get them developed today.
If you could find them, though, that'd be a pretty cool blast from the past.
I wonder if we could. I bet they threw them away after so long. I really do. I'll have to reach out to my mother-in-law and find out if she still has a few, maybe just a handful of them. But I remember Justine and I went online yeah, we did go online, and we ordered like, God dang, I bet there was probably maybe 50 of them,
24 pictures a piece.
100 or 50, 100 or whatever, however many of them, and we put them on the tables.
Yeah.
Like as a table favor. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And we just put them on there, And then we had a big box by the sign-in table that, when they were empty, put them in there. And we had them for a long time, but I bet you they're gone. I bet you they were thrown away.
That's the, I think you still see a lot of them at weddings, just like you're talking about, the disposable camera, snap photos.
Well, I honestly do believe that the snap photos and the disposable cameras went away, when the people started getting the mobile photo booths. You know, like the photo booths where they've got the props and all the things and all that shit.
That's a big business. And now they've grown that business to do the 360.
And another thing,
the camera goes around you.
Another thing, too, is where, like, a lot of these, like, wedding photographers and videographers and things like that, they will, you'll have a QR code, and then you take photos on your phone
And upload them.
and then upload them to that QR code, and then it becomes in one big album or database of these photos, and then everybody can sign in to Lindemann Wedding, da-da-da-da-da, and then you just click on the link, and then there they are. Like, you can do all that shit for your viewing pleasure. But, yeah, so Polaroid cameras at Costco. Yeah, no, they're, like I said, I know for a fact we have 2 of them for sure at our house, and then maybe, I know Gracie has one also. And they took a shit ton of photos while in Arizona. And Evelyn and, like, the girls' room downstairs is just littered with them. Like,
really?
Everywhere, yeah.
That's cool.
Like, my girls are real big into those. So, yeah, it's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, that's all I had. It's like, oh, man, something that's not a screen and, whatever.
Polaroid.
Well, Polaroid or Polaroid, but not Polaroid.
Yeah. Yeah, $150 on Best Buy, $139 through Polaroid.com, $160.
Is Kodak even around as a company anymore?
No.
They don't exist at all.
$109 through here's the ones that we have. The Fujifilm Instamax.
Okay.
That's the ones we have. They're like these units here.
Yeah, the ones that I saw look like the old school Polaroids.
Did it have the
Flip
big
up
flash
top.
thing that
Yeah,
flap
flips
up? Yeah, Grace has got one just like that. Now ours are these Fujifilm Instamax.
Okay.
They're still $90. You know what I mean for those, but I mean it's like a blast from the past, man.
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
dig it.
cool. Really cool.
They, you were talking about, I mean, it's not Polaroid related, but we were at Sam's Club, and when you walk into Sam's, they got all the TVs there.
Yeah.
And the price point that you can buy, like you were talking about,
A
like they had
gargantuous
70-inch TVs for like $500.
Oh yeah.
So that 32-inch Vizio.
I remember.
have in there.
Okay, I cannot wait for this because I Shirley was telling me the same shit when Sony Vios came out.
Yeah, so I bought my first house, and I went to sign all the paperwork, and they were like, at first. And she was like, well.
You broke dick mother.
She was like, Kenny called, the guy that owned the place I worked at, and he like vouched for me that I had a job because they didn't know who the hell I was, never heard my last name. She was like, the problem is you don't have bad credit, but you have no credit. Like, you've never had a credit card? I was like, no. What about a vehicle payment? I was like, no, you just bought them. I was like, pay my insurance. She's like, well, that doesn't count. She's like, what about bills? I was like, oh, yeah, I had an apartment down at school, I paid my electric bill. She was like, no cable, no nothing. I'm like, nope. She's like, okay, well, you seem like a smart kid. You need some credit in your life. She was like, and if you're just paying for cash with everything, if you got the cash, she's like, just go buy something with a credit card. Just something small, because you need some damn credit. I'm like, okay. So I was like, and I still had a 24-inch TV that was bigger than that speaker up there, and weighed 97 pounds, like the old CRT thing or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I went to Best Buy. Nope. Circuit City.
Oh
the
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And I bought that 32-inch Vizio flat screen. It was still like this wide or whatever, weighs like 87 pounds. But I think it was like $800.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, I am doing it. Yeah, and that 50-inch I think was $200 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal, the price of it.
I think Shirley said the first one that he bought was like a Sony Vio, or not. Vio was a laptop. What was the Sony Aquos?
Yeah, because he got it at the company store.
Yeah, what were they called? Oh,
I don't remember.
it was the Aqua, something to do with water. Sony's, they're
That
big.
was a Bravia.
Maybe it was a Bravia. You're right. It was Sony Bravia.
Real close to water.
And anyway, I think he said that some bitch was like $5,000 for a great big one. And because they bought that house in Terre Haute, they were both working. Maria's teaching, the whole thing. And he's like, yeah, man, like the first television we bought, we got it on a low payment plan, but it ended up being like $5,000 for this fucking gargantuous TV.
It is.
Or some astronomical number. But hell, Black Friday, you could probably find, like when they have those big blowouts on Black Friday or whatever, those Amazon Prime days and shit like that, you can find 50, 60, 70-inch TVs now, like Dave said, for paying, a couple, $300-$400.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Next TV in the house is going to be a ultra short throw laser projector. Because I can't go any bigger than the 75 or 80 inch that I got in there without covering the speakers that I put in the wall. So I'm just going to put like a drop down screen because it'll still go through the fabric. It's the sound waves.
It really sounds like sometimes you make things more complicated than they need to be. It seems like a lot of work.
I like what I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not going to.
And those short throw projectors, they're like 13 inches away from the wall. You can get like 118 inches still. So it'll just sit right there on top of the little fireplace thingamajig. And then I'll just have screen and 10-foot screen right there. But they're like, the cheap ones are like $3,000 or $4,000 still.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
we
probably won't do that.
We have
Well, by the time I buy it, they'll be a lot cheaper.
the TVs in our household. This is how much we don't.
I have two.
We've got the one in our living room.
We've had this conversation before 100 times.
Is from Janelle's, like that Janelle had. That's the nice one that sits out there. And then her.
And it's not big either.
No.
It's very modest.
And then the one in our bedroom, her aunt bought a new TV. So we got one of these, like you were talking about, like Sony, like thick bastard that's freaking heavy. And it's in our bedroom. And then I've got the one that I had in law school that was like bought at like Walmart or Best Buy brand, 32-inch. Baby just keeps on, because I can remember having the conversation with my parents, and they're like, "Well, it's not a name brand. It wasn't a Vizio, it wasn't a Sony, it wasn't." So there was some trepidation, and the guy was like, "The company name that's over there makes this one. They just slap a different sticker on it."
I think we have a.
I wish I could think of the name.
I know I got the one in my garage is the biggest TV that I own, and I got it from Zach Bushketter, and it's a Vizio. I'm pretty sure the one that's in my living room is a 50-inch plasma screen that's 20 years old for sure. It's an LG. And then the one that's actually in my. Oh, wait a minute, we got another one. The one that's in my bedroom is an Insignia. There you go. An Insignia, like a 32-inch or some shit, some small one. And then we just got one there 3 weeks ago, and for Maxwell to put in his room to play his fucking video games on. That's probably around the same size as that unit. You know what I mean? That's just a small one.
Yeah.
That he does nothing besides play Fortnite on.
Now, when we do the remodel up on the hill, whenever the podcast money comes in and we can finally do it, I told Janelle, like, I want an actual, like, theater room.
Yeah.
To where you've got to...
You going to put high back recliners and have your carpet scented like popcorn?
Not scented, but we will have the most comfortable lazy boys you can find. Our friends over there at Best Home Furnishings.
A whole squad full of beasts.
And because I'm in...
You going to put black, very tight knit carpet that looks like movie theater park?
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay.
I literally just thought a nice...
I feel like I've got too many TVs.
You
got like 15.
Yeah.
13.
That's unreal.
That's insane. Hey, if you're listening to this now at this point, how many TVs do you have in your home? Do you get close to the 13?
Comment below.
Comment below. Yeah.
Smash that like button. And
Polaroids coming back, and then we hijacked it with TV talk. But, you know what we do have?
Do it.
We have the choice cut questions of the week for the fellas. Brought to you by Merkley & Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts.
Merkley & Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. That's it. That's the ad read. Honestly, there's nothing we can tell you right now that will do the guys and gals over at Merkley & Sons any justice. A tri-state treasure right here in DuBois County. Bradley and John Boy continue on the old family tradition by providing high-quality meats and reasonable prices. Listen, they haven't put the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts on a banner yet, but we just may have to order one.
Here we go.
Our buddy Corky sent us in another list of them. Corky, you're the man, buddy. I haven't seen you. All right, our buddy Corky with some questions. He always brings us some good ones. Favorite war movie? Man.
You know, is that a war movie? Yeah, I guess that's a war movie.
I don't know why that came to my mind. It's not a favorite of mine, but
I don't know. Gosh, there's so many of them. Like, I want to go to Saving Private Ryan because I like that one a lot. But I watched a newer one in the last couple years called Fury.
Mm-hmm.
That one was pretty good.
with Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shia LaBeouf, I think, was in there.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia.
That's a good one.
Shia. What about you?
I can't. So, like, I'm a huge war movie buff. Like,
Okay.
I've all of them. Thin Red Line, Saving Private Ryan,
Behind Enemy Lines.
all of them. Band of Brothers, that whole series. Like, I really, 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 really like that.
This
shit.
Band of Brothers
specific
can
to a
tap
movie.
in. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
It's specific to a movie, not
All
a
right,
miniseries.
so I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you 3. Saving Private Ryan,
okay.
number 1. I'll go Fury, number 2. And the third one is Lone Survivor. The Project Red Wings.
Well, it's Operation Red Wing.
Operation, yeah.
That was the
Marcus-
rescue mission.
Marcus Luttrell and all them guys.
Operation Red Wing was the rescue mission for those individuals.
Yeah, there you go.
The 1941 cult classic Sergeant York in black and white. That was a joke. It's a good movie. I am gonna. Can I do a couple too, or is that gonna kill it? Saving Private Ryan is obviously the top of it. I think historically speaking, fairly accurate to that extent. I do hate some of the fictionalization of the characters because you would hope that the boys that have gone through some of that, they wouldn't puss out that way. Full Metal Jacket.
God,
is a
that was
Stanley Kubrick.
It was right
classic.
there too.
That is right there. Also going to throw onto that list for some reason. Big Red 1 is a classic movie about the First Army Division. They were the Big Red 1. I don't know, is John Wayne in that one? Maybe, but there's also some that escape me that you'll find, especially on like not Labor Day. I just did what I said that it's not about.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day or Memorial Day, where Turner Classic Movies has some good ones. The Longest Day, some of those classics that are there. But if you put on Saving Private Ryan, high probability I'm going to watch it. So I would say that's probably my favorite. Netflix, I think, just had 1917. That's not Netflix, but that was one that was pretty good. Who's the other one? All Quiet on the Western Front, which if you watch it in German with the English subtitles, a remake of that one is pretty good.
Getting in deep.
Yep, sorry. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Neither, nerds, but Star Wars would probably take the cake.
Neither nerds from the guy that plays Fantasy Survivor.
That's true. Which task could the Dutchman accomplish? Catch a fly ball from a major league player or catch a punt from an NFL punter? Good luck.
Fly ball, probably.
100% fly ball.
Yeah, the punt, there's no way. Favorite sports weekend for watching games?
I don't really have one. I don't think like I watch the Super Bowl, but I mean I turn it on. That's a weekend.
Yeah, probably more. The Super Bowl is just like one day.
Right.
I would probably go like the Final Four, NCAA.
Yeah, it's a good weekend for sports. I am going to throw out when you have so the Saturday after Thanksgiving has traditionally been the big rivalry games in college football. So you're talking Michigan, Ohio State, Auburn, Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. That one, because the Egg Bowl just comes to mind. But some of those traditional, like that weekend is a really good one. But college, there's actually a couple coming up because the Ryder Cup is being played this year at Bethpage Black. And I think there is September 27th, there is a hell of a slate of college football. So I think what makes a great sports weekend is where you can watch something early, like golf, get to college football, tune back into golf there in the afternoon, and finish with college football. But I think any college football weekend where there's a full slate is just about as good as it gets. I'll also throw out racing. When you've got Formula One race, you've got Indianapolis 500, and then the Coca-Cola 600. You could watch a lot of miles that way. The favorite part, I just extended out a little bit. But a college football Saturday with good games all day from noon to midnight is great. Opening weekend of college baseball is good too. When following your favorite Major League Baseball team, do you prefer to watch them on TV or listen to them on the radio?
TV, I reckon.
Yeah, TV.
Situational. I've got the MLB app, so I'll listen and watch the Cubs. Pat Hughes on the radio because I appreciate the nostalgia of a game being called on the radio, and Pat Hughes does a great job, but also the crew that does it on marquee, so it's situational. Quirky's taking a little stab here, Brado. Weed eat or Roundup?
Roundup.
Both.
Both as well, yeah. This question's probably a question here for Big Mase. Is the Ash Bandit still striking in Huntingburg?
We haven't seen the Butt Bandit for a while. The cigarette Butt Bandit has not struck in quite some time. Knock on wood that he doesn't.
Lung cancer gets them all.
But,
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't seen him in a while.
That's true. All right. Hey, Corky, you thank us for the great content. We thank you for being a super fan. We appreciate you tuning in. You need to make it out to the lounge sometime.
Absolutely.
Hang out with us. Maybe for the Thanksgiving Eve Vash we're putting together. We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that. So, all right, it is now time for some final thoughts brought to you by Hayes Heating and Air.
We know. We're in the dog days of summer. The forecast shows us in the upper 80s, if not 90s. It's hot. But we promise fall and winter weather will be here before you know it. That's why it's important to call Todd Hayes with Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair to get on their schedule for your furnace maintenance today. They're filling up fast, and you don't want to be left out in the cold. See what we did there? Seriously, though. Todd Hayes, Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair for all of your HVAC needs. It may be hot now, and the AC is humming, but winter is coming.
All right, Smoke Dragon.
Not a whole lot. Enjoy the time away from work while you can. Outdoors, because before we know it, you're not going to be able to.
Oh, I hope we have a great winter.
Spend time with the family and spay and neuter your pets.
Big Mace.
I think this episode comes out Friday, August 29th, the way I look at it.
Sounds right.
And with that being said, that gives you literally a week and a couple of days to get your team signed up for the 3rd annual Holland Fest Wondering Dutchmen Backyard Barbecue Competition. This year we're switching things up a little bit. Like I said last week, we're doing a mystery meat category with which should be a lot of fun, and then your traditional ribs and pork and everything else. But should be a good time, like it has been the last 2 years. And we're looking for a big turnout this year, so get your team signed up. We've got plenty of spots. And other than that, guys, just enjoy the moment and do what you want to do and keep your stick on the ice.
How many teams we have last year? 8?
8.
And I think we've already got half of that already signed up, right?
Yeah.
So we know one for sure that won't be back.
And that's fine.
Dave can edit that.
I don't give a
Yeah, me neither. Big thank you to Velpen Trucking and Disposal, Celebration Ice, Merkley and Sons, and Hayes Heating and Air. We appreciate everything they do for us. I didn't forget about it, but I didn't realize the dates of when shows would air when we record, and probably would have been for last week. But this will be the 6th anniversary of my mother's passing on August 24th. She passed away August 24th, 2019. Probably one of the most profound and impactful moments in my life to have that happen. And in the short amount of time, which from finding out it's cancer to when she passed away. And we became a statistic that day. And it's very tough to say that, but we're one of those statistics where they say 1 in 3 or 1 in 2 or whatever it is will be affected by cancer. And it's really tough because, everybody talks about a cancer fight. And, I think that does a large disservice to a lot of people. And we know some people in the fight. Mm-hmm. Our girl, Courtney Drew, blessed to have her and Rusty's little girl on our soccer team and love it. And she goes out and competes, and it's great having her on the squad. But I think for it that those that are going through it right now, my thoughts and prayers are with you, with your family, with those that are in your inner circle, because it's not just about it's a lot about the caretakers too. And there's a lot on them, but they're doing the caretaker part. And obviously for us, that was my father, and I tried to help out as much as possible, but I do have a deep, profound regret kind of that I didn't help more than I should, which you shouldn't have. I mean, I did, being here and trying to help and do that, but I'm telling you that in an instant, your life can change dramatically. And for us, it was the big C, and hate it. And it's just tough, but you also take what life gives you and you do something different and you try to make it a positive for that legacy. I will have 4 children that understand that the MFL Foundation is about my mother. Mm-hmm. And that's why we did it. And so when you have life that gives you lemons, you can make lemonade and mix it with a little vodka, and it goes down well. But for those, especially in this moment, as I think back to my mother, those that are battling cancer, those that are going through it, just love for you. Love for you, your caretakers, your family. Prayers for you guys. It's not easy. It's tough. It's not pretty. But I hope you don't feel like you're at it and alone. And we always try to do when we see benefits and other stuff that comes up. And this show allows the MFL to do a little sponsorship there. And just know those going through it, don't ever feel like you're alone, because I think about it often. And I think about my mom often. And not to end this on a down note, my mother had a great life. She had 3 wonderful children, a great husband, a great career, and she taught me a lot of life lessons. But with that,
let's do it.
Dutchman out.